Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quarter Sports. Thanks for joining the show. So, the NFL season wrapped up 5 days ago, and already the offseason seems to be going crazy. I was pleasantly surprised by all of this, as I really thought for a while there wasn't going to be much to talk about when it came to football. But apparently, I was wrong, because 5 days in, after the conclusion of the NFL season, there's a lot going on. So, as you've probably heard by now, J.J. Watt and the Houston Texans have mutually agreed to part ways. J.J. Watt requested a release, and the Texans granted it. So, this isn't, the Texans releasing J.J. Watt or anything like that. J.J. Watt went ahead and requested the release. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but J.J. Watt played for the Texans from 2011 to 2020. He was drafted by the Texans. So for the past 10 years and all of his career, J.J. Watt has played for the Texans. So um, I'm not exactly sure why he requested a release. I don't know that it's fully certain why he did that. Um, there is speculation he wants to play with his brother TJ Watt, who plays for the Steelers. Um, we don't know if that's really why, but it seems like it may be the case. J.J. Watt released by the Texans. Brother TJ appears to campaign to bring him to the Steelers. This, according to TRB Live. Apparently, TJ Watt tweeted this tweet right here of The Rock, asking someone to come towards him. So I guess, I don't know if they were in on this together, if J.J. Watt plans to go to the Steelers to play with TJ, or if it was completely, uh, you know, had nothing to do with TJ Watt. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see where J.J. Watt goes. Um, I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all see J.J. Watt playing for the Steelers? Let me know. I don't know. It's interesting. Um, if they could have the Watt brothers, both of them playing on the same team, it'd be interesting to see. And while we're on the topic of the Houston Texans, we've got to talk about Deshaun Watson. Um, it's not official, but Deshaun Watson is gone. Um, there's, I was on ESPN.com. Here they're saying the Texans will not trade quarterback Deshaun Watson. That's bogus. That's absolutely bogus. That's a hot take. They know it's a hot take. They do that to get clicks and to get people to read and get people angry because they know this is absolutely false. Deshaun Watson will not be playing for the Houston Texans come next season. It's not going to happen. Now that J.J. Watt is gone, plus all the drama with the coaches and the front office about hiring a new head coach, Deshaun Watson and the Texans front office and their coaching staff are not on the same page. They don't like each other. Um, there's a lack of chemistry here. I'm sure there's a couple Texans players who don't like Deshaun Watson because of how he's acted and, fighting with the front office and the coaching staff. I'm not going to, bash the man for his reasons or anything with, what he did. I'm sure he thinks what he's doing is a good cause, but you can't go to the front office regardless of cause. You can't go to the front office and fight with the front office and the coaches. I mean, that possibly could be why J.J. Watt wanted out. I mean, it's not good for team chemistry. It's not good for coaches getting along with players. And again, I don't say that to bash his intentions. I just say that, we can't have the players fighting and arguing with the coaching staff and the front office. It's just not good for the team. So there's probably a better way to go about all of this. But, I think now that J.J. Watt's gone and the Texans had a horrible season, I think their record was 4-12 or something like that. Um, I don't. I don't think Deshaun Watson he'll want to be with the Texans anymore, and I don't think the Texans will want Deshaun Watson anymore. He's a great quarterback, throws for about 300 yards or more every game, has like on average 3 passing touchdowns. He's a pretty good quarterback, but I just don't know with all the drama that the coaching staff and the front office will want to keep Deshaun Watson, and I don't know that Deshaun Watson, after dealing with the coaching staff and the front office and losing J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know that he'll really want to be there either. Um, so my prediction is Deshaun Watson will throw a fit and demand a trade, and I think the front office will pretty easily give it to him. Um, if you're not familiar with Deshaun Watson's contract, he does have a no trade clause in his contract. Now, if you're not familiar with the no trade clause, that sounds like, he can't be traded. That's wrong. He can be traded, but Deshaun Watson will get a significant say in where he goes. The Texans can't just trade him wherever for whoever. Deshaun Watson gets a big say in where he goes. Um, and also, kind of breaking news, literally as I was making this video and writing the script for it and writing my notes, it was reported that Deshaun Watson is intrigued by the Broncos and the 49ers, reportedly. Yes, this was 7 minutes ago. The Texans QB reportedly intrigued by Broncos and 49ers as next destination. So this just kind of goes into what I was saying. I mean, Deshaun Watson's not going to play for the Texans next season. It's not going to happen. I just think there's too much drama, and then losing DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt, I just don't see it. And I think this is a horrible take by ESPN. I think they did this on purpose to get clicks because they know this is an outrageous claim. Given how quickly the relationship between Watson and the team soured, it seems like this mini soap opera would eventually lead to a trade. It doesn't seem like it. It absolutely will. So yeah, Deshaun Watson's gone. The Texans organization is going to be pretty trash. Yeah. So RIP to the Texans organization. It'll be a while before you see them being good again. Do they still have Will Fuller? They will use franchise tag to keep Will Fuller. Okay, so I guess they have Will Fuller, but yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson's definitely gone. And then we have news about Richard Sherman. This isn't breaking news. I think this came out 2 or 3 days ago. Richard Sherman has said he will only play 2 more seasons in the NFL. That's not exactly new. I think he said that years back that he had like a certain amount of years he wanted to play in the NFL, and it is coming to the end of those years that he said long ago. But he has 2 more seasons left. His contract with the 49ers is up. Richard Sherman's contract 49ers is up. The question now is where will his last 2 seasons be, because Richard Sherman has said that he wants to win another ring before he retires. There's speculation that it could be the Browns or the Jets. I don't see the Jets. I think the Browns is a possibility. I mean, the Browns were pretty good this past season. Baker Mayfield. Here's someone talking about him going to the Jets. Sherman would be a valuable locker room leader for rebuilding the Jets. But that's the thing. Richard Sherman isn't interested in rebuilding. He has 2 more seasons left. But remember, he played just 5 games last season. So can he still get it done on the field? That's the big question. That is a big question. Is Richard Sherman past his prime? In my opinion, yes. When was his prime? About 2012, when he ran up to Tom Brady and said, "You mad, bro?" to about 2015 when the Patriots beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl because Pete Carroll didn't run the ball. That's about where Richard Sherman's prime was. I think about 2012 to 2015, and after that, he's just kind of fell off. Hasn't been that great of a player. Hasn't put up as great of numbers. And again, just played 5 games last season. So can he still get it done on the field? I don't know. But I definitely think he's past his prime. Not to say he can't still be a valuable, good player and win another ring, but Richard Sherman is not in his prime anymore. So, but yeah, I don't see him going to the Jets. I think the Browns are a possibility. There's obviously speculation for other teams, but the big ones I've seen is Jets and Browns. I don't know why so many people think he's going to go to the Jets, like on football message boards and stuff. He's not going to the Jets because he doesn't want to rebuild. He doesn't have time for it. He has 2 seasons left. He wants to win a ring. He's not going to the Jets with the purpose of rebuilding. So that's not going to happen. That's off the table. I don't know where he'll end up, but it won't be the Jets. I could see the Browns as a possibility. He's only going to go somewhere where he thinks he can get a ring. Is at the end of the day, he's only going to go where he thinks he can win another Super Bowl. And that's not with the Jets, I tell you that. Um, so we also have some news about Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz's time with the Eagles is up. Let's be completely honest, Carson Wentz is trash. Had him for my fantasy football team. Never started him, not once. Um, he's not a good quarterback, really. I think he's kind of washed up. Um, honestly, depending where he goes, he might not even start where he goes. I don't know. Um, Carson Wentz's time with the Eagles is definitely up. They want to part ways. Reports have indicated for weeks now that Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles are bound for a breakup, with the team reportedly fielding and now proactively initiating trade conversations regarding the quarterback. So, in regards to Carson Wentz, it's looking like he's either going to go to the Colts or the Bears. Again, this is according to CBS Sports. Um, I saw ESPN also said that the Colts and the Bears were probably where he'll end up. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Again, if I'm the Colts and the Bears, I don't really want Carson Wentz. I don't see why anyone would really want him. I mean, I know the Bears aren't that great of a team, but I don't know what Carson Wentz is going to do for you. So, I don't know. Reportedly, CBS Sports, he's going to go to the Bears or the Colts. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, Trevor Lawrence isn't in the NFL yet, but we do have news on Trevor Lawrence. Apparently, 17 NFL teams reported to Trevor Lawrence's pro day to watch him work out. And interestingly, I talked about this in my last video. The Patriots were one of them. Why would the Patriots be scouting Trevor Lawrence at the pro day? Because Cam Newton is garbage, and the Patriots need to get Cam Newton off the field. So, yeah. Trevor Lawrence pro day, Jaguars, Patriots, as I said, Steelers, among reported 17 teams on hand to watch the ex-Clemson QB. I would like to see the Patriots pick up Trevor Lawrence if and only if Trevor Lawrence can prove that he belongs in the league. You might say, what do I mean by that? Well, I have a hunch feeling that Trevor Lawrence will end up as a bust. Yeah, you can call that a hot take if you want. I don't care. Everyone thought Tim Tebow was the next, huge NFL star. He was a bust. He was great in college. He was a bust. Then everyone thought Marcus Mariota was going to be a huge NFL star because he was great in college. He was a bust. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence to me kind of has that feeling of, like Marcus Mariota, where he's super good in college and it's not going to translate well when he gets into the NFL. I might be completely wrong about that, but that's just my hunch feeling on Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. He has a great arm. He can throw. But I don't know. We'll have to see. People, especially with quarterbacks, great quarterbacks in college tend to not end up great in the NFL. I don't, like I said, Tebow, Mariota, even Cam Newton, kind of. I mean, sure, you can make the case that he was great with the Panthers, but other than that 1 or 2 season, Cam Newton is kind of garbage. And he was great in college. So I don't know. Could be completely wrong. I kind of hope I am. If the Patriots pick up Trevor Lawrence, I hope he's not a bust. Let's get Cam Newton off the field, put Trevor Lawrence in, save Bill Belichick's legacy. I mean, I guess, of course, then there will be people who will say that Bill Belichick still isn't a great coach. He just had Trevor Lawrence and Tom Brady help him be a good coach. but forget that. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence turns out not to be a bust, I would love to see him get picked up by the Patriots and replace Cam Newton and be the next Tom Brady for the Patriots. But that's another thing. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Um, will Trevor Lawrence live up to the hype? I don't know. Uh, I would like to see Trevor Lawrence live up to the hype, like I said. I mean, I don't have anything against the guy, but he just has that feeling of someone who's going to be super great in college, be super hyped up, and then, be average or a complete bust when he gets to the NFL. So we'll have to see. Here they make a good point. Even if Trevor Lawrence is just good or decent, I mean, that's nowhere near living up to the hype he has right now, which is why it's so easy for him to end up being, labeled a bust because there's just so much hype. And I mean, he's super great in college. He might just be decent in the NFL and people will call him a bust. So, but again, I hope he's not a bust. I hope the Patriots pick him up. I hope they get rid of Cam Newton. I just don't really like Cam Newton, and I don't want to see him be the quarterback anymore and ruin Bill Belichick's legacy because I think a lot of it is on Cam Newton for why the Patriots aren't as good as they should be. But I guess we'll have to wait and see with Trevor Lawrence. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for Quarter to Quarter Sports. Please leave a comment, like, and sub if you feel I earned it. And I will see you all real soon next time on Quarter to Quarter Sports.